a special moment in the college football calendar, the SEC Championship game, the original conference championship game with a long history of classic moments and legendary performances. Welcome, folks, to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a playoff team from last year, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hill. And he stopped with the 18. Returner trying to make a play, and a touchback would have been a better idea. Here's the handoff. Breaks an open space.
That's just good, hard running by this back. And, man, they've had some good ones over the years. Go back to Jamal Lewis, who was on that 98 National Championship team. Travis Henry, Arian Foster. Boy, Chris, some big physical backs come to mind when you think about the Tennessee Vols.
You set it down to the offense. 1st and 10. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice gain. They're getting closer to the 50.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes him block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Game makes it 2nd and medium. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Grab by the receiver. And that play moves the ball across midfield. 1st down now from the 42.
When the defense sits back in a zone coverage, good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a 1st down.
The balls line up on 1st and 10. Handoff here from the shotgun. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just for 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss.
Man, every defensive coordinator will tell you, I just want my guys to play fast. And how about that one right there? He almost ends up tackling the quarterback as he's handing the ball off. This offense is lucky they didn't end up fumbling.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Looking for the wide out. He's wide open. Look out. Touchdown, Volunteers. Too much speed for the defense. We've got a conference championship on touchdown. He's going to try for a return from a couple. There's a fumble. Who's going to come up with it? The offense able to fall on the football. Lucky to maintain possession there.
Oh, boy. The kick returner catches a break. His teammate was able to recognize the ball on the ground and immediately made a heads-up play to get on top of it.
Using his legs. It's Young.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Dropping back. It's Russell. Using his legs here. It's a fumble. Oh, and they pick it up. It's still a live ball.
The offensive staff just took a collective sigh of relief. But I'd still anticipate that someone's going to pull that ball carrier aside, give him a couple choice words on the importance of ball security.
First and 10 now for the offense. Keeping it on the ground here. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. The pocket breaking down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up.
One way to slow down a very gifted quarterback is to be able to get pressure on him. Right now, the defense coordinator is doing a great job of mixing up the looks, and the defense is winning the line of scrimmage, and I think it's really impacting this quarterback's rhythm.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. He's got it right near the end zone. And he scores! Touchdown, Alabama!
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Point after, not right through. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Bringing it out. It's Hill. And they stop him short of the 25 there. Offense begins at the 22. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. The passing game was so effective in the last position. Right down for a touchdown. To see if the defense can make adjustments. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Makes the catch. It's Marshall. They can't stop him. Tackle made after a big gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. It's a run. Running back's got it. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Well, it looked like the quarterback was caught in between. Should I hand it off? Should I pull it and make the throw? Ends up getting some positive yards, but I think they missed a chance for a bigger gain.
Defense is coming after him. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. And that's big. They convert on third and set him up first down from the 32.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, especially on third down. Get him the ball.
No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back that time.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays. Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
The Volunteers getting set on 1st and 10. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. Some early drama here. We're all even at the end of one in this conference championship. Let's check out the stats so far. And after a promising start, we hope that both these teams will just continue with more of this action. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. That's a design quarterback keeper. And he will be stuffed for no gain. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. Fourth down now. The offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. No punt. Offense still on the field. Going to go for it on fourth down. Offense appear to be confused about the snap count there. It'll cost him 5. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit. The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he stopped with the 18. Returner trying to make a play, but a touchback would have been a better idea. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time. Looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. And they'll tackle him about the 23-yard line.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
The game makes it second and medium. And the wideout goes in motion. Scanning the field. It's Russell. Misses the receiver. Incomplete. Set up here. It's third down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Offense choosing to go for it here on fourth down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Lets it fly to the wideout. Grab made near the sidelines. Good job keeping the foot in bounds. That'll be enough for a first down. Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. And that review confirms the ruling on the field was correct, so the play will stand. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. Gets the first and still running. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
Well, I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, with this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the backs they've had in recent years. Mark Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things up front and beat you down.
Second and medium. Looking to throw. It's Russell. Bringing pressure. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
You know, the game often comes down to a play or two, and the offense just missed a huge opportunity for a big play. They're going to have to make some adjustments there and maybe go back to that play and see if they can come up with a big opportunity.
Critical moment of this conference championship. 3rd and short on the 7th play of the drive. On the move now. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure worked.
When this quarterback's trying to do everything he can to give this play a chance, he gets out of the pressure off to his right. But man, did he take a hit and wasn't able to complete this pass.
One team stays on the sideline. Offense going for it on 4th down. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Can't connect downfield. Incomplete and a turnover on downs.
This is the chance you take here as an offensive coordinator and a play caller. You go for it here. You draw it up perfectly. You think this is the right play, and then the execution is not there. So the defense catches a break, and they get the ball back to their own offense.
And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. They'll test the right side here. They pick up 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on 1st down.
Play fake, looking to throw. Bad near the sticks. It's Jackson. Breaks into the clear. Crosses the touchdown, Tennessee. That's how you finish a play. Simple throw, all the yards
just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
And they'll set up for the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee to bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Last time they went forward on fourth down, didn't get it, and it ended up costing them 6 points. And they bounce back here. Looking for a gap. It's Young. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Chris, textbook job by the defense, surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
So the running play stopped on first down. Brings up 2nd and 10 from their 25. To the air. It's Russell. Looking deep downfield to the left. Catch made down near the 10, and he's still going. Touchdown, tied. Way too much speed in that play.
That's what makes this guy so dangerous as a wide receiver. He can catch the ball underneath, shake and bake and go by you, or use his speed to get around you and make a big play like this for a touchdown.
The extra point cuts the lead to 3, 17-14. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Looks like the returner will try and field this one. And the returner steps out at the 16-yard line. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Breaks loose at the 40. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be first down. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And they chase him down outside the pocket for a sack.
There you go, defense. Much better job of affecting the quarterback. This guy's already thrown a couple touchdown passes. That time, no chance at all to get his feet set. Nice job of pressuring him and bringing him down for the sack.
See if the offense can overcome that sack. 2nd and long. Looking to throw here. Looking for his back. With the catch, it's Marshall. Gets some space around the 30. Inside the 10. And it's a long-distance house call. Touchdown, Vols.
Chris, how dangerous is this offense? Of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You give the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
They'll try to add the lead now with the PAT. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And the return starts just inside the end zone. It'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. Russell. Running out of time in the pocket. Extending the play now. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Grab near the sticks. It's Hampton. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
The key on a drag route is to put the ball out in front of the wide receiver to give him a chance to do what he just did. Pick up some valuable yards after the catch.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The freshman brings him down quickly.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. He didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Well, they finally get to the quarterback with that sack. You know, he's already thrown 2 touchdowns in his first half, so the defense really needed that small victory for many reasons.
So here comes third and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. He escapes the pocket. He lets it go on the move. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And that pump will just bounce out of bounds, so no return. First play of the drive now. They'll start from the 32. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Caught near the sticks. It's Marshall. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there. They beat the blitz there with the pressure bearing down. He just dumped it off to the back.
A nice job of just keeping his eyes downfield, because you're right, that pressure got to him in a hurry. Thankfully, the running back was right in his line of sight. He's able to dump it to him as a safety valve, and he picked up the first.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. On the handout, they'll test the right side here.
This is exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Second down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Volunteers.
I mean, body blow after body blow. It just cannot get any worse for this defense. The offense, once again, driving the ball down the field, puts the ball into the end zone for another touchdown.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. And And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he'd left that one in the end zone. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. Dropping back, it's Russell. The pass rush closing in. He breaks free. And this time the defense is all over the quarterback run. They bring him down short of the mark. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looking to scramble. It's a deep shot to the right. It's intercepted. Threw it across his body. Breaks into the open. And the defender will step out of bounds after the pick to wrap up the first half of play. The Minnows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Volunteers will kick it off to begin the second half. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And they stop it at the 11. Not good field position to start the drive. Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Eager to get something going as we begin the third quarter. Cut in to this huge lead. He bought some time, now lets it go. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Back to pass. It's Russell. That's caught. It's Hale. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Anytime you have it.
And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. Well, they took a look just to confirm it, but it looks like they got it right on the field. After the review, the play will stand. Try and muscle for the first down. Finds room at the 30. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Bama. No chance to catch him there.
Well, this is what this running back brings to the table for this offense. He's always one touch away from a huge play, and here he gets the ball, gets some space, and from there, no one's going to catch him on his way to the end zone.
And the PAT makes it a 10-point deficit, 31-21. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hill. Tackled at the 23, brought it out, tried to make a play, but good coverage that time. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. So some of that first half lead is gone. This game has gotten tighter. There's some urgency now in this possession. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Makes the diving grab there. That was beautiful.
You know, as a quarterback, you end up having one of those days that everybody wants to talk about. How'd you do it? What a big day throwing the football the way he has today. Well, it takes catches like this and efforts like this to be able to allow you to have a great game.
The defense all over. They stop him right at the line.
The defense does such a good job of taking any threat downfield away. All you can do is throw it to his back, and loss of yards, now you're behind the sticks.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Looks to the left, and it's complete. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the +40.
This guy's been such a big factor in this game. Already a couple touchdowns. Now they need the first down. They dial him up again, and he delivers.
And the Volunteers with 1st and 10 here. The shotgun running play call. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Now it's second down here. Offense looking to throw the ball. The sure hands. It's Marshall. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Defense kind of lost a running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
And the Vols are going to cash in this red zone trip. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Going absolutely nowhere. It'll be a loss of a play. Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Been a really productive drive, but the loss there now makes it 2nd and 12. Ball handed off. They get him down, but that's a solid gain. This is crucial. Defense needing a stop on 3rd down, trying to force a field goal. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team. He was on target with his first kick. This one is from just 26 yards out. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid
playing a couple yards off the ball. Lets it go quickly. Catch made in space. Look out. They drag him down after a big gain. Ball moved all the way to the 38.
A nice throw and a great catch by another Alabama wide receiver. That's really where we are. Anymore with Alabama, you just come to expect great receivers like this. You think back in recent years to Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. The list goes on and on. Boy, they've got some great-looking receivers on this squad.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. To throw, it's Russell. Pulls it in. It's Hale. Make the stop. Buck, the offense is set up in scoring position. First down from the 23.
Man, this wide receiver has been a difference maker in this football game. He's got 2 touchdowns already. Now they look to him again, and he picks up the first down.
Looking to throw it on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
This defense has got to be aware of these quick throws to these wide receivers. They're lucky he didn't come up with more yards.
Alabama now operating in the red zone. Looking to pass here on second down. He's running out of time here. And it's caught. Tackle is made, but the junior quarterback shows off his arm strength that time.
Great job by the quarterback with an accurate throw against man coverage for a first down. Overall, by the entire group, good execution by this offense.
They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Pressure is coming. Grab behind the line. It's Edwards. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
Boy, tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. They just have to be smart.
Second down and goal upcoming. Kirk, it's Tennessee on top as we take a break for the quarter. Sitting in pretty good position as we wrap up the third quarter. Let's check out the game stats so far. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. We've had the break to talk about it. Now we begin the quarter with the offense set up second and goal. Looking to chuck it again. The pocket breaking down. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Great catch when they desperately needed it. Here we go. It's what you hope for. Fourth quarter, 1-possession game, conference championship on the line.
You know, these conference championship games sometimes can be so unpredictable. 1 minute you're up by a couple scores, but all of a sudden you have a stalled possession or a turnover, and the pendulum shifts in favor of the opposing team. It's feeling like that might be happening late in this game.
Bringing it out. It's Hill. And he's tackled at the 25. Same spot it would have been, and he left it in the end zone. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. Crucial possession. This game just got tighter. They love to play keep away. Here's the throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. They waited all game for a chance to intercept one. Instead, it's second down.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. It can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even affect the running game by making those safeties aware that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
After the incompletion on first down, we're going to throw it again. That's real in. It's Smith. Tackle is made. That's good for a first down to the 47.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. They bring him down, but a solid gain there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
The Vols look to keep this drive moving. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Makes the catch, but the defense breaks in the ball, and it's a short gain.
Now I like the run play here, and offensively at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Here's the second down play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Grab behind the line. It's Marshall. Here he looking for the end zone. Has a lane. He's in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee. This passing game is on fire. The quarterback cannot be stopped. The conference championship on the line he's delivering.
Yeah, he's in sync right now with his wide receivers, but, man, my attention seems to be more on the defense. What in the world are they thinking? You can't just allow this quarterback to sit back there and throw. You've got to be able to put pressure on him, or he's going to continue to throw touchdown after touchdown.
Coach makes the decision to go for a two-point conversion. Linebackers making some adjustments now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And he's brought down there.
Hey, great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice heads-up play to prevent the two-point try.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hill. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And the returner heads out of bounds. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Play action here on first down. Moves out of the pocket. Going to try to use his legs here. And the junior decides to pick up the first down himself.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first to keep this drive moving.
Tackle is finally made, but the gain is all the way to the 24.
Chris, here we are in the fourth quarter. These guys are trailing. Hadn't been a great day, but with this quarterback, he's as gifted as anybody in the country. You never count these guys out.
On the move now. Breaks free. He'll head out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
Great job here by this quarterback. Nobody's open, so he just takes off and shows you what he can do with those legs. Most importantly, he gets the first down and gets out of...
Hold on here a second. The replay booth has signaled they want to take another look at this one. Looks like they got the ruling on the field right the first time. They confirm it with the review. So the offense really clicking here. 3 plays, and suddenly it's first and goal. Back to pass. It's Russell. Touchdown, Alabama. And 6 more points to the total. This will be fun. Strange things happen. The conference championship trophy is on the line. One possession game, fourth quarter. Who's going to step up?
So here's the deal. Your defense just gave up a touchdown. Now all of a sudden we got a game. What will your offense do to be able to secure a victory? You want to win a championship? Go out and earn it.
So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen. That's good coverage there. Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. Suddenly, this is a tighter game. They'd love to build a drive, choose some clock. How aggressive will they get with the play call? On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football, but he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. What can they do here to make it 3rd and manageable? Movement at the 2nd level of the defense now. He escapes the pocket. Pass is caught. The man was wide open that time. And he goes down after a solid gain. That's enough for a 1st down.
The defense here went with softer coverage, played some zone. I think the quarterback and the receiver recognized that. Good job of coming back to the football, and the quarterback put it right where it had to be for the 1st down.
Incomplete. There's a marker down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So the holding call on the offense will back them up 10, and they'll try it again. Offense self-destructing. Penalty makes it 1st and 20. He keeps it on the design run. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. Just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Tries to get it to the running back. It's reeled in. It's Marshall.
Well, this is what everybody wants to see. The wide receiver and a corner, one-on-one. Here it's the corner route. Both of them have a shot to come up with it, but it's the receiver that fights for the ball and comes up with it.
defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. The ball is moving quickly down the field here. Working clock with the ground game. Ball carrier brought down, but a flag's on the field. Let's check out this call. Solid gain on the play there, wiped out by the penalty flag. Line getting set up. It's a first down play. Quarterback drops back. Nice grab. Good Smith. Will not be brought down. Marked out of bounds, but it's another big game. This air attack, no problem moving the ball up and down the field today. Less than 2 minutes from a conference championship. Can they keep the football and secure the win? On the run, it's Webb. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Again in a conference championship, this offense trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Now they try to run in here on second down, unable to get the first down. And now, late in a game like this, the big question, do you pass the ball potentially with an incompletion? The clock will stop, or do you play it safe and keep it on the ground?
Less than 2 minutes from a conference championship. Can they keep the football and secure the win? They'll hand it off. Got the first down and still motoring. They bring him down, but that first down should be enough to clinch the conference championship.
Yeah, I like this call here late in a game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Closing in on a conference championship. This offense trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. They'll run it here. Refusing to be brought down. Touchdown, Dogs.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a two-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
Set up with a PAT. Extra point up and good, so the lead is 12 here in the fourth quarter. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. First play of the drive now from the 25. Dropping back, it's Russell. Looking to scramble. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
This is smart defense. When you're you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots, get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
At the 25, it's 2nd and 10. Can they make it a 3rd and manageable here? Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Delivers quickly to the left side. Oh, it's nearly intercepted, but dropped by an excellent defensive player. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, but hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Defense is coming after him. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Defense wraps him up after a 6-yard gain. Brings up 4th down. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Moves out of the pocket. Using his legs on the scramble. Breaks loose at the 45. And he'll finally step out of bounds after a massive gain.
Smart heads-up play by this quarterback. Hey, listen, they're trailing. He's got to make some plays, and if nothing's open downfield, use your legs, pick up as many yards as you can, get out of bounds, and get ready for that next play.
Looking downfield near the end zone. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
That ball just seemed to sail on. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch in bounds, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
It's another deep shot. Breaks the catch. Can he get in? Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be 1st down and goal.
Boy, it's got to be so rewarding for an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. That's exactly what we saw right here. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open wide receiver.
To throw, it's Russell. He'll try a pass here. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. Tied offense line up here on 1st and goal. And he'll set up to throw. Looking for 6. Oh, and it's nearly picked off. Could not hold on to the ball in the end zone. Sets up 2nd down. And it's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. On the move now. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown. Tie. What a grab in the end zone in a clutch moment.
Chris, just a great job by this offense. Now, I think it's a little bit too late here. They're not going to be able to have a chance to come back, but I think it says a lot about the character of this football team that they're fighting to the very end.
And the extra point splits the uprights. An onside kick. Now the kick is wrapped up by the hands team, and that should be enough to secure the victory. They can kneel down and get out of here with a W. So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration.